What's up? I'm gonna talk to y'all about The Good Doctor. This is season 2, episode 1. I don't really know if I'm gonna stick with this show as far as reviewing it. If you've been here a while, which the majority of you all have not, I reviewed season 1, episode 1, and I told y'all I love the show and all of that. And then I just kind of fell off because it's something that I wanted to cherish myself. But I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try it again, see if we can get some discussions. And I just kind of want to see if there's anybody out there watching it that watches me, and we can talk about it and have a good time. So this episode is called Hello. Hill Harper. I cannot remember Hill Harper's character's name, so he will be known as Hill Harper from henceforth. He is the guy that was gunning for the president's job last season, and now he kind of got it. He did his reviews, his annual reviews of the residents. And he told Sean that he needs to work on his communication. He told Claire that she needs to work on her assertiveness. He told the white girl, I don't know her name. I don't like her though. The blonde that was on Quantico. Was she on Quantico? No, she was on Daytime Divas. She was the wife on the biblical wife on Daytime Divas. When she came in the middle of last season, I found it very distasteful. Get her out of here. Get her away from me. I don't like her character. Told her that she's too pushy and too aggressive, I guess. And so this whole episode pretty much was dealing with having to figure out how to amend their behaviors to line themselves up with Hill Harper and what he thinks should be done. We have a patient. Her name is Melanie. She has some heart trouble, but the heart all in all is fine. So they're not going to take it out and give her a new one, but they're going to put one next to it. They're going to put the heart with the heart. So that's the whole big surgery of this episode, is we're going to have a heart and we're going to put another heart on the heart. And that's called a piggyback heart transplant surgery. Girl, I don't know. But it was neat. I thought that was really cool. I feel like it gives you a little more time. Like if one of your hearts give out, then the other one may pick it back up. Like that's the whole point, I guess, of the thing. But like, I don't know. It struck me as very cool. Dr. Cuddy from House is Dr. Glassman's doctor, his brain doctor, neurologist. And my stomach is growling, and I just ate some fries, and it's like my stomach is like, give me more. I need meat. But in the meantime, so if y'all hear it, that's what's going on here. My stomach is trying me. But yeah, Dr. Cuddy is the brain doctor, and apparently she was on drugs. Like, I don't think I remember her from last season. I kind of do, but don't. So I don't know if I'm just placing her in the last season because I'm seeing her, or if I actually remember her seeing her in the last season. But she was apparently on that stuff. She was on drugs, and now she's off. Apparently, Dr. Is it Glassman or Glassman, I think, has handpicked her to be his doctor, and handpicked her to get her license back, because apparently she had lost her license due to drugs or something like that. So he rescued her career, basically, and she told him, if you feel like reviving my career is going to make me a pushover, basically, that ain't what it is. This ain't it. So he has to wait for tests. He thought he was just going to waltz in there, we're going to do this, do that, and I'm going to be gone. But no, he has to sit and wait for tests like everybody else, like regular patients. And honestly, I don't feel like he's going to die. But I feel like this whole experience is going to give him a better appreciation of his job when he's back, if he ever makes it back to 100% and back to doing surgeries and all of that. I feel like this is going to give him a much better appreciation for that. So excited about, him not dying. In the meantime, I wrote here, a schizophrenic guy with a wart mouth breaks into the little trailer. They sent Jared, who, y'all know, he and Hill Harper got into some arguments, and he's leaving now. He's going to a hospital in Denver. So today is his last day at the hospital. He and Sean have to go out to the homeless community, and just give them checkups and all of that, to make wellness, just make sure they're well. This guy breaks in, he got all these medications, and Sean is like, no, you can't really, these are not your medications, this is for chlamydia. Do you have chlamydia? Dude is like, you're a doctor, I knew it. And it's just like, what is this? Yes, he's a doctor, girl. He never told you he wasn't. Anyway, But he lifts his lip and there's this gross wart in his mouth. And I was just like, the ghetto. The ghetto. I thought the wart was going to come back, as a part of his diagnosis and treatment, but it never was brought back up. Like, they had him swish his mouth out with alcohol, and then the wart was it was cured. We're cured. We're delivered from this wart. But he also has a stiff neck. So Jared thinks he may have meningococcal meningitis. I don't know, girl. Something meningitis related. So they take him back to the hospital. They do a lumbar puncture, and it's just not looking great for him. We find out that he doesn't have meningitis, and they send him back on the street. The blonde heifer is still worse. I can't do her. I'm not interested in her. She's just, God, her character. I would much rather scrape out my eyeballs with like a lemon juice covered razor than deal with her. She's so that's like, if I didn't like Claire and Sean so much, I wouldn't watch the show simply because of her character. It's awful. It's absolutely awful, and I hope she's gone ASAP. Like, because this is not working. I hate her character. So anyway, she's being draining to Claire about Jared because, they kind of half broke up, but they wasn't really like together. But now Claire's having like second thoughts, and it was just on my nerves. It was on my nerves. Claire just she don't know what she want. And it's just like, girl, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I just don't know what to tell her. I just hope she figures it out, because I like Claire. We didn't get to see too much of her this episode, and it got on my nerves, because I feel like we saw more of the blonde heifer than we did Claire, and it's like, girl, we didn't come here for her. We're not here for her. Anyway, they're doing an MRI or something on the woman's heart, Melanie, who's supposed to be getting the piggyback transplant. They do, some scans. They find out that she has an aneurysm, an aortic aneurysm, I believe it was. It may not have been the aorta, honey. I may just be making that up. But Claire has an idea to do a Teflon graft. They present it to Hill Harper and Dr. Is it Melendez or Mendez? I'm going to say Melendez. They presented to Dr. Melendez in Hill Harper's actual office. Oh. Beautiful Soul just posted a video. I was like, something's vibrating, but it was like my phone. Duh. But yeah, they present the information. Girl, okay, my stomach is really trying me. She's sitting here like, girl, you didn't even finish the fries. You need to get like a sandwich. I don't know why you just ordered that little light meal. And it's like, well, I wasn't hungry until I ate the half of the fries. Now I'm starving. In the meantime, they present the idea to these doctors, and Dr. Melendez says that it won't work. And Hill Harper says, well, whose idea was this? And Claire says it was a collaboration, because it really was. It truly was. Claire brought up the idea of a Teflon graft, but blonde heifer, like, she's like, well, we can do it this way and we can do it that way, and they figure it out together as a team. But when Hill Harper, you will have to shut up. You'll have to. Girl, I'm on camera. I'm recording. I'm talking to the people. They don't want to hear you growling. That's just not how that goes. Be quiet, Tiffany. Be quiet. I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? The ghetto. So Hill Harper asked whose idea it was. Claire was like, it was collaboration. Blonde Heifer's like, oh no, don't be modest. It was all you, because she thought it was finna be trash. She thought the girl was finna get, chewed out, beat up, and all of that. But that's not what happened. Sean and Glassman are still at odds. They had that big blow up last season. If you haven't watched the show, then you don't know. But they had a big blow up last season. And it got to the point where they weren't even friends no more. And I was like, oh, my heart, my achy, breaky heart. But they're still kind of at odds, but with Glassman having this brain thing go on. Shut up, stomach. Shut up. Ghetto. Sean, well, Jared is encouraging Sean to be with Glassman while he's having, procedures and tests and stuff, because he's probably scared. He ain't got nobody. They don't have anybody. All they have is each other. Sean and Glassman, all they got is each other. So even if y'all are at odds, y'all ain't got nobody but y'all. So sit there and be mad together. Sean and Jared are busted for having the homeless guy in the hospital, and that's when they send him back out on the streets. Hill Harper is saying that I'm gonna call Denver and make your life so much more difficult than it was before. To Jared, because he's moving to the new hospital in Denver. So it's just like, girl, shut up. Hill Harper gets on my nerves too. I think it's just the combination of having Hill Harper be such an unbearable, like, schizophrenic man's mouth wart, and then having a blonde heifer be 2 times that. It's like, girl, get away from me. Go away from me with this. In my Phaedra Parks voice. So Mendez, I wrote Mendez, so I guess it's Mendez. He said no to the Teflon graft, but then he changed his mind. And it's just like, girl, to be or not to be? That's the question. Hill Harper, and I don't know this lady's name, but I'm going to call her our Asian queen. Because sis be dressed, she looks fantastic, and also she's Asian. And I make the distinction because there are a lot of women on the show, and you wouldn't know who I was talking about if I didn't say Asian, because she's the only Asian woman on the show. It's not shade, it's just what it is. I'm zoning out because I'm tired. So let me hurry up and finish this. She encourages Hill Harper to do better because Glassman was like that guy. He was one of the greater presidents that they've had, basically. And she's like, you ain't great. Be greater. And, they part ways. Sean visits Glass. I'm just going to start calling him Glass because it takes too much to say Glassman. Sean visits Glass, and they're still kind of at odds, and Glass is in there balling up paper and trying to throw it at the trash can. He has horrible depth perception. Like, it's just not it, girl. But I'm going to attribute that to the tumor, or the brain, whatever he's got going on. Sean gets an idea because he saw something in schizophrenic man with the wart mouth. His behavior earlier, he had poor depth perception, and Sean realizes that he has a brain tumor. Let's get him out the way. Long story short, they get him in the booth, the MRI, CAT scan machine, X-ray, brain looky-loo, and they find that he has a quite large tumor on his brain. It's been altering his behavior and his memory and all of that. And they're gonna remove the brain. Apparently it's not terminal, but it will make him go back to how he was before. So they call his wife, his daughter, they get him in there, they, scoop the tumor out, and go on about their day. He wakes up, he's like, hey, how's it going? I am no longer a schizophrenic man with a wart mouth. I am now regular man with the wart mouth, because that wart, the ghetto, it looked like an orange M&M just sitting in his gum line. I just could not. I couldn't. I won't. There are certain things that you just have to draw a line, and this is that. I'm not going to be able to do it. No thanks. Sean is rushing to actually tell Jared about the tumor when Claire stops him, and she's just like, so how's Jared doing? And he's like, I have to go do things, honey. I'm emergency. You see me rushing. And she's just like, well, tell Jared I said hello. Or no, tell Jared hello for me, is what she says. So you see Sean walk into the locker room where Jared is, and he simply says hello. I was like, it was done. What you asked to be done was done. You told him to tell him hello. He said hello. And then he proceeded to say, this man has a tumor. He went on. He said hello, and then he went on with his thing. I love Sean. He's such a cutie. I forgot to mention that they went out looking for Harry, and he got overstimulated, and I know all about that. So I was really feeling for him in that moment. They decide to do Melanie's surgery. They're going to reconstruct the aorta. It was the aorta. They're going to reconstruct the whole thing out of Teflon. It's risky, but here we are. We're doing it. And, the surgery goes well. And when Mendez asks who's going to close her up, Claire finally takes the initiative and gets back at Blonde Heifer and says, well, since it was my idea, I'll go ahead and close her up. And you can see Blonde Heifer, because they've got the masks on, but you can see her eyes. She's seething. She can't take. And look, what did Nene Leakes tell us? You never win when you're playing dirty. It's just what it is. Shame on you for acting a fool. Shame on me for allowing it. That's how I feel majority of the time. So anyway, we see Claire and Jared. They sitting on the little bench outside the hospital over the parking deck, and it was this very touching but weird moment because it's like y'all don't go together, but y'all breaking up. It was like a re-breakup, and it was just, I'm gonna miss you so much. And she starts crying, and he wipes her tears. He tells her, you know, someday we'll both be happy, because that's something Sean told him earlier in the episode. And it's just like, girl, what y'all? You can't break up if you broke up. Now I've had I've broken up with. Let me make the distinction. I've broken up with plenty of people, and it's never been done twice. I mean, I've broken up with people twice, but after we got back together. I ain't broke up with you and then broke up with you. That's not how that works. That's not how it goes. It's a big no. But she crying, honey, and I'm just like, get it together. India Ari, unfortunately. In the meantime, honey, Sean goes home. He walks in, you know, he's in the I haven't heard this train in 2 years. I used to live, what can you see? You can't see nothing in this back window. But I used to live right there. Like, there. I'm pointing that way, but it's actually that way. But you can't see my finger like that. I used to live right there for 17 years. I was ejected from my home by a mad woman, Bishop Greenleaf. It was actually a man. It was my great-grandfather, with whom I've been beefing for 2 years. We actually had a good conversation the other day. We aight. But yeah, I haven't heard that train in 2 years, and I forgot that trains existed until just now. Because we used to hear it every night, and then we don't live by a train station anymore. So it's just like, anyway, Sean walks into the house, or in the hallway of his apartment, and sees the ex-girlfriend that I can't remember her name that just disappeared on him. She says hello, he says hello. Adele said hello. Lionel Richie said hello. 2 different keys. It's me, I was wondering. Why did I sing Adele's in Lionel Richie's key? Who cares? Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you. Because I did not have the breath support for that note. I'm sorry. Anyway, the point remains, the name of the episode was Hello. They said hello. Sean said hello approximately twice. And it's very rare that I catch the title of the episode in the episode. I just be watching. I never look at the title of episodes, to be honest. But yes, that was The Good Doctor. Hope y'all enjoyed the review. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.